Welcome everyone to LinkedIn Profile Creation and Optimization webinar by DreamShift Private Limited, where we shift your dreams into careers. I am Methsara Benaragama, founder and the CEO of DreamShift. And I, to be honest, created my personal brand first of all through LinkedIn. As someone who didn't have much knowledge about LinkedIn, I entered to LinkedIn and went through multiple webinars, LinkedIn learning platform, and understood how to market myself as a professional in LinkedIn on such a young age, and then eventually build a career and a client base through LinkedIn. Right now, we have one of our best startups. We started last year. Still, we are getting most of the leads through LinkedIn. So let me share my screen and go to the webinar today and explain you what we are going to do. So this is me. Basically, I've explained to you earlier. So I also CPRW, who's a certified executive resume writer. And also I worked with multiple companies earlier. So that's my portfolio all about CV writing, LinkedIn optimization. Now let's straight away go to the content. So today we are mainly going to cover, first of all, LinkedIn tools and features, where we are going to explain you how to create your profile from the scratch and what are the sections on LinkedIn. So you can see here there are core features like updating your job details, education, and then there are recommendation features, and there's are also additional features which we can make your LinkedIn profile almost your personal brand portfolio. This is the beauty of it. And then we are going to talk about search algorithms, how LinkedIn search algorithms work, and what can we do in order to come up and rank on top on LinkedIn searching algorithms. And then obviously I'm going to talk about content creation aspect, where most of the people ask me when we are providing premium consultation for our executive clients, they tell that they don't have much time to create content on LinkedIn. But don't worry, we are going to help you and also tell you today how you can spend minimum time and get the maximum effort by creating content that will resonate with audience, and what are the platforms you can use in LinkedIn to engage with your audience on the content creation aspect. And at the very end, we will be doing a Q&A, question and answer section, so where you can drop your questions. That's why I asked you to drop a message on the YouTube live. So first of all, I have one simple question for you guys. So what you can first of all do is go to the YouTube live chat and mention what's the job role you are currently in, or if you are an undergraduate, what's the job role you are planning to apply. So I'm expecting multiple answers from the chat where you can tell us. Some can be HR managers. So we've already got some information from you. There were people from HR, there were people from operation, there were people from manufacturing side, apparel, even education consultancy, public government sector. So there were so many people. Just we are interested to know what are your job roles. Just mention on the comment YouTube live chat. So that will be amazing. Let's go into the section. I'll give you 2 seconds to write the answers at the meantime. And also, same time, we have a WhatsApp group where we have created in order to share more sessions. So there, next month there will be another session coming up about an interesting topic. And also, we will be sharing more offers when it comes to DreamShift through this WhatsApp group. So if you haven't registered to WhatsApp group, so you can scan this QR code, or at the end of the session, we will share you a link to join this group. Now let's go to the content. First of all, LinkedIn can be used for many different purposes. So first of all, I'll start from the left, top left, right here. So mainly LinkedIn can be used as a tool, and also the main purpose of LinkedIn is to do networking. Networking also professional networking. For those who are in corporate out here know how difficult it is and sometimes how daunting it is to go to networking sessions and talk to people. But through LinkedIn, even though if you are an introvert who don't like to talk to people, you can easily text them, which would be much more feasible and comfortable for you. So you can reach out to people who you can even never imagine of meeting in person through LinkedIn, via LinkedIn. I'm talking about by whoever the career professionals, C-suite people, executives, and also entrepreneurs, leaders all around the world. You can directly send them a message, or when you're sending the connection request, you can mention a message and reach out to them. So I have been able to meet so many different people, very interesting, genuine people through LinkedIn. So use as a professional networking tool. And also obviously career opportunities. We all know there are so many job postings on LinkedIn. We can use that aspect. And also skill development. Here what I'm explaining is we all know there are soft skills and then there are technical skills. Soft skills are skills we usually learn from socializing, like leadership, communication, time management, teamwork, and then there are technical skills like what we learn through our educational platforms like universities, degrees, courses. But the best part is LinkedIn help you to improve and increase all these skills by using the LinkedIn in learning. There are some free courses for people, and with the premium version, the other courses also come. So I highly recommend you to check them as well. And then here you won't be able to see because of my screen here, it's content creation and sharing. So you can create your almost like a good personal brand for you using LinkedIn by sharing content. And also, even no matter whether you are a young person, you are more into matured size, your age doesn't matter, your country doesn't matter, your nation, your race, nothing matters when you are creating content, because that will show you as a professional, and also you can brand yourself as an industry leader. Compared to all other social media, LinkedIn is the best platform for you to market yourself as a personal brand and also a good leader in your industry. And then there's industry insights, which you can get from mainly LinkedIn premium platforms, and also personal branding. Now let's go to the start, where we are going to talk about LinkedIn. We are going to talk about the profile creation. So here, what I thought was, rather than sharing a presentation, I will share live representation of LinkedIn profiles. So I have selected few LinkedIn profiles. So this is my LinkedIn profile, and also I selected two LinkedIn profiles of my clients who gave the consent to share their profiles. Where we will be able to go through all these profiles and see what are the things which we can do to improve our LinkedIn profiles. And even though if you don't have a LinkedIn profile at the moment, how to create a one and how to go beyond. First of all, you can see on the LinkedIn profile, on the top, there is a banner image. So this is called the cover image or the banner image of the LinkedIn. And then there's a profile image, and then there's your name. So this is mainly your name. You can see right here. And this is thing called headline. So these are the top part of the top section of your LinkedIn profile. So now I will first of all talk about your main about details. When you're creating a LinkedIn profile, you will be asked to fill these details. So those will be your introduction or the edit intro. So mainly basic information like your name. So don't worry, I have mentioned like my name with the resume writer tag. I will explain why I have decided, but for these clients, it's like the name. So you can basically fill your name, like for an example, Methsara, and then Benaragama last name. And then you can put an additional name if you need. So for an example, my name is pretty difficult for the US clients and the foreign clients to pronounce. So I go by the name Meta. So that's how I introduce myself. And also, you can add a voice recording or an audio recording of your name. For an example, if you have a difficult name, most of us Sri Lankans have names which foreigners find it difficult to pronounce, right? So in that case, you can add your audio recording explaining your name. But at the same time, there are people who are using this audio recording feature to brand themselves and tell their story. For an example, I have told here, hi, I'm Meta. I'm a resume writer and a LinkedIn profile optimization designer. So if you need any help, reach out to me. So it's, I think, 10 or 15 seconds. You can create a small pitch there, or just simply go for your pronunciation. And then there's the headline, which I was talking about here. So I'll just skip it for now. And then there will be other details you need to fill. And also you can create custom buttons or mainly edit contact information. So I highly recommend you to add your phone number first of all here, and then address it's not needed. You can add if it's like you are okay with it. Mainly add the phone number so that people can easily reach out to you. Okay, this is the about section first of all. And then talking about the LinkedIn banner on the top. So here you can see I have gone to a LinkedIn banner where I have branded myself as a resume writer. So this is for a specific purpose. But for this client, you can see he's into operations. So we have branded him as a leader on global operations on manufacturing side. So this client, similarly, financial growth and excellency, we have branded with that LinkedIn banner. Most of the time, what we do is we go to, even I did the mistake earlier, just search for LinkedIn banner images, and then I just go through whatever the thing I like, design, and then put it. But what you need to focus is here from the banner image itself, you can focus and you can basically get brand yourself with the banner itself. So I highly recommend you to go to a profile platform like Canva and then type LinkedIn banners, where you can find so many cool designs which you can easily edit by a few clicks, like your name. You can either decide to put the phone number or the email address. That's actually optional. But what you can do is you can search for LinkedIn banners, and then you will be able to see hundreds of cool images, and also design. So you can go to one of these ones, quickly edit it and post it. So that's something I want you to do. Okay. And then talking about the next part, which is your profile image. Most of the time, people find it difficult to get a professional image unless if you have already have a professional image taken by a good photographer. It's totally fine. Always try to but most of the time people ask me whether do I need to always wear a suit or a coat in order to get a photo. Actually, that's not mandatory at all. So you can brand yourself as whoever you need. You can wear a nice t-shirt, a colorless one or a collared one, but make sure it's a good portrait of you and the image cover at least 60% of your image or of your face in the image. So that should be number one. You can smile, you can be very pleasant. It's up to you how you're going to brand yourself, and also you can use features like background removal and design it like this. But it depends once again. So here you can see different kind of images we have put, and also try to match it with the LinkedIn banner itself so that it has that color combination and very eye pleasing to see, right? So that's a tip about that. We have already shared a post on one of our LinkedIn. So if you follow us on LinkedIn, DreamShift account on LinkedIn, you will be able to see a lot of content regarding to getting photos, how to get your own photo by using your own camera, setting up the camera, and also how to use the sunlight, the morning sunlight to take a photo. We have created a post there. You can see that's totally optional. Now let's go to the next part, which is the most important part I consider on the profile as the LinkedIn headline. So headline is where we introduce ourselves to another person. Most of the time when it comes to professional networking, someone goes to your profile, they will straight away start reading your LinkedIn headline. Here, you don't have a fixed method on what to write, on how to write a LinkedIn headline. Here you can see, so there are different techniques I have approached here. So I have gone for star marks here for my profile, and I have gone for here on, separate lines. So it's up to you how you're going to do. But first of all, let me tell you what you should include on your LinkedIn profile. So I highly recommend you to use at least one or two of these three components. First one is your job titles. So, for an example, if you're an HR manager or HR executive, marketing head of marketing, executive C-suite level, or chief executive officer, chief operating officer, what you need to do is first of all write your main job title there, because that will showcase. So, in case if you don't want to write your own title, you can go for a broad title. Here you can see we have a senior sales and relationship manager, strategic operation and planning expert. Here we haven't gone to his main title, which is currently head of, currently value addition manager. Also, he's looking to apply. He was looking to apply for head of operation roles. So you can put first of all a job title, which is generally cover your all areas of expertise. So that's number one. You can put multiple job titles. So you can combine first of all job titles in your headline. Okay. So here you can see another job title is transformation apparel industry leader. So in my case, I have put as founder of DreamShift and Ecam, and also resume writer. So in Kavinder's case, we have put senior relationship manager and leadership in financial services. So basically titles. The second one is your areas of expertise. So the reason why I'm asking you to focus on this headline is when it comes to LinkedIn search algorithms, they mainly focus on the headline. So when someone go to your LinkedIn profile, so let's quickly go to my LinkedIn and then search for a, let's say, an HR operation or HR executive. So the people will come on top will be one who have highest number of keywords. So you can see all these people as HR executive in their profile name. So let's go for a more for very unique approach like resume writer. I don't know whether my profile will appear here because it's just my thing. So if you go to here, so there's very less number of people, right? So what you need to focus is you need to find keywords which are unique to you, and then put them here. So let's someone if someone search for head of branding, so here you can see people who have the head of branding under their headline will appear on top. So that's why I'm asking you to put that. And then the second one is your areas of expertise. So for an example, if someone search for a keyword like payroll management, okay, so now let's search for payroll management, which is in accounting. Now people who have again payroll management in their profile will come on top, even though it's a very young person. So I think this is a junior person. So she has payroll management in her LinkedIn headline. That's why her profile come on top. So that's why I'm asking you to combine your first of all the job titles and the second one the areas of expertise. So that's extremely important for people to find you on LinkedIn other than searching your name. Third one, which is optional, but it is something you can use to highlight your achievement or branding aspect. So one thing you can go for is a quantitative data, or we call it metrics. Basically, here what we have done for Kavinder, we have gone for number, 17 years of expertise. That will catch the attention faster, right? The numbers always catch the attention fast, and they emphasize facts a lot. And also, we have put 450% AUM growth. So here, it's more for not to people to find on LinkedIn algorithms, but it's to add that color, add that branding, right? So that's why we are using them. Here 16 years of operational excellency. I have seen clients mentioning there's health. Basically, I have seen career coaches mentioning coach 60,000 plus executive professionals. So that will add that value and that branding aspect, that nice wow factor will get added by using that kind of a headline. Okay, so that's something very important, and I highly recommend you to use that. So basically, number one is a job title. Number two is an areas of expertise or area of expertise. Those are technical skills basically. And the third one is a quantitative number, quantitative example, or something to brand yourself. So that's basically cover headline, and then just combine them and go for something like this, which is very easy to write. Okay. And then something I've seen, just a small thing I've seen most of the people add it, like this will be the default view where your company and your school will be appearing usually on your profile like this. So that it depends on you. So I usually decide to remove those two because to give more focus on my headline. Then again, it's an optional thing. Once you add the headline, you will come across this problem. That's why I mentioned it there itself. Okay. Now we have covered the headline aspect. Now let's go to the about section. Okay. So if you scroll down, the about section will be something. So here you can see this is my profile. That's why you are seeing the editing view. So if you go to another person like this, mainly after the headline section, their about section will appear. Sometimes before that, there will be a section like this, which is highlight something we can't control. LinkedIn by default showcase and promote this part to people. For an example, if you are going to connect with another person who works on your same company, who has followed your pages, who have attended same events as you, that will be shown here. So that's an optional which we can't control, but what we can control is the about section. So controlling about section, here we have different approaches followed on these different profile. So this profile, we have followed an approach where we have written a very brief profile summary. Here we have mentioned with over 17 years of experience in the financial industry, that part. And then we have gone for his key highlights in order to highlight and showcase why the person is unique. And then we have added a let's connect button, sharing the email and the phone number. It's up to you whether you want to share your email and the phone number. But I highly recommend you to add at least one option and an email at least for people to easily connect with you. When you are going up and when you are getting more busy, you can just remove that part because right now, just don't worry about it. Just add something there. Make sure someone can easily reach out to you. Okay, that's about the about summary or about section. So I'm not going to explain on how to write it because I know most of the people out here who have good CVs and portfolios, they can write, or either you can go to ChatGPT and write it down. And we are planning to share you an extensive AI prompts like ChatGPT prompts on our WhatsApp group. So make sure to join the WhatsApp group on the chat. So we will be sharing very soon an extensive document on how to write about how to write this headline section, how to write an about section using one AI prompt after you give the CV. So that's something we are going to share in the future. I'm not going to in detail explain. Now I'm going to explain about a section most of the people often overlook, which was introduced last year. So this is called top skills. We all know in LinkedIn profiles, we can add many number of, like earlier it was limited to 50, but now there's no limit. You can add like high number of skills onto your profile. Among them, you can select top 5 skills, which again plays a massive role when it comes to your LinkedIn profile optimization and algorithm. By optimization, what I mean is optimizing for the searching algorithms. So then again, just like the headline, you can decide to add here 5 skills. Always try to add 5 skills which are basically covering diverse area of your portfolio. So here I have added job coaching, resume writing, LinkedIn optimization, and entrepreneurship. This totally depend, right? For an example, if we go to another person like this, so for Kavinda, we have added customer relationship management, sales strategy, market research, cross-functional team leadership, and new client acquisition. Chanuja, we have gone for business growth strategies, operation excellency, manufacturing process improvement, supply chain, and cross-functional team leadership. Just a small tip here, when you are adding a skill, always make sure to find that skill here. For an example, if you want to add client relationship management, never like write this and add it. Always try to find the default skill. So here you can see this skill is by default LinkedIn will recommend. So add that, because the main reason why I'm asking you to add that is that will help you to boost on the search algorithms again. And then you can add 5. When you're adding, make sure to cover all your portfolio in diverse 5 skills. Don't write very similar skills. Write always extensive skills which are covering diverse portfolio. All good. And now let's go to the next section. So today we so far covered the top section, about part, and then the about section with the top 5 skills. Okay. And then the main sections of your LinkedIn profile can be added through this button, which is called Add Profile Sections. Once you click that, you can see this core section, recommended section, and additional section. So these 3 are very important, and I highly recommend you to try to add most of the details regarding these core sections. Okay. So first of all, let me explain what core sections are. So first of all, starting from your education and positions in your job experience. So services, which is totally optional, which is for me, for my profile, I will explain that further. And career breaks and skills. So adding education means you are just listing out your education. So for an example, if you are from University of Colombo, so you just search for your university. Always try to find the university here. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Colombo. Yeah. So you find the university and you add the degree. So if you, let's say, if you have a bachelor's degree in physics or physical sciences, so you try to find that part here. So now you see, we try to always find the default path through LinkedIn rather than writing our own things, because that again can help. And then start date, end date, and also the grade if needed, and also a description. I highly recommend you to add descriptions in each and every bullet point. I will explain how we are going to write them. And also under each experience, we can add the skills. Adding, they say like adding recommended up to adding top 5 skills. So here basically you can just add these skills. So for an example, if I was nuclear physics, if I was following that part, so you can add like that. You can just there's nuclear engineering, nuclear power plants, so nuclear physics is there. You can add those 5 skills, and also you can add media. Media by me, there can be 2 types of media. One is a link where you can link to any article, any videos, YouTube videos, website, and also you can upload images and documents PDF, where you can, for an example, the nice photo of you getting that degree, the convocation photo, you can add it here, so that will add that credibility, right, to your profile. So I highly recommend you to add them, because that can make your profile stand out and very colorful. So in my case, I haven't added much details on the about section part here, education, but you can add images all the time. I have been adding images here on my Upwork profile. So I highly recommend to add it, because that can add more color to your profile. And then the next main section is the positions, which is extremely important. We can first of all add the title. Always again try to find the title here. Okay, and then select. Basically, most of the time, you will be able to find your company, because most of the companies in Sri Lanka have their own LinkedIn pages. So if you have a LinkedIn page, please connect it to it so that people can click on that icon and then go to the LinkedIn page to understand where you have worked. And then you can add a location. It's totally up to you. And then the most important part, add bullet points in the description. Most of the people don't do it. I think more than 50% of LinkedIn profiles all over in Sri Lanka don't have. I think it's more than 50% don't have details under the job descriptions or job duties. So how we can write duties? So we know in our normal resume or CV, we write bullet points, right? So two things you can write. One thing is your duties and responsibilities. The second one is your accomplishments. So a very interesting way to add this is because most of the time, let's say if you just go to a profile and I'll for now just remove this thing, and then let's say you add conducted, you just add conducted CV writing sessions, did orchestrated multiple workshops. Um, so don't write this kind of a very, very brief bullet points. I'm just trying to showcase an example here. So if you add like this, the problem is it won't be visually pleasing. In LinkedIn, there's no option to add a bullet list. You can see it's not that visually pleasing, right? So what we can use is we can use normal bullet points or bullet point emojis. What I do is I search here on normal internet, go to Google, search for bullet emojis, and then go to sites which come on top, and then on these most of these sites, you can find lots of different cool bullet emojis. So most of the time I go for black colored ones. Something like this. There's a bullet point I always use most of the time. Not this one. So you can use this bullet point right here, this one, which also a star. It depends on your requirement. And also how we usually write bullet points. Now we have change of writing. So here you can see this client. For his client relationship management, you can see how precise and clear it is for a person to read if you like this. We have mentioned his technical skill or the area of expertise, and then write a bullet point under that. You get what we mean. And then again, a revenue growth, how he have generated revenue growth, significant growth in those details so that will be much more visually pleasing. And also another technique which I have followed in my profile, you can see I have gone for question approach. Why DreamShift? And then a star bullet point mentioning that I recognize a void in the job market. So you can easily find out bullet points like these, bullet point emojis, and then add them and write your experience in detail. So for an example, compares to a profile which doesn't have these details, and a person coming to this profile and looking at these details, they don't need your CV most of the time. They know what you have done. So in that case, they will directly reach out to you. There are so many headhunters in LinkedIn right now. Who most of the companies are hiring headhunting talent acquisition companies, and then they are reaching out to potential candidates directly. Now we have talked about the job experience. A small thing I want to add on the job experience: when you are adding a position, let's say if you work on the similar company for three or 4 years or more than 10 years sometimes with 3 or 4 roles, so always try to list the same company. So for an example, I already have the CEO position, right? So if I add as a resume writer on my LinkedIn now itself, mentioning that I have started from September, now you will be able to see my job experience will directly listed under that as a timeline, which is much more easier for people to read, right? You can see. So similar to that, if you see this client, he has added this one and this role, more than 3 roles in one company. So that will show that you are loyal to companies and you will sustain in companies. Most of the time, currently, most of the job market people face companies fail of a problem where people employee retention is very low, especially for IT companies. So that's something you can try to focus and brand on there. Okay, now let's go to the next section. So we talked about the job experience, we talked about the education. Now we are going to the next section where we are going to talk about the skills. So when it comes to skill section, you can add any number of skills, if I'm not wrong. So I have seen profiles which has around 100 skills. So always try to add as much as skills possible which are covering your thing. I will explain why the skills will be important in your job search later in the webinar. So always try to find skills, and also they will suggest, recommend your profile. So always you can try to use them. Okay. And then another important thing I'm going to explain here is this section called recommended section. In the recommended section, you can add a featured section. Featured section means if you just see my profile, you can see a nice featured section. So this is like a pin section on Facebook, like the story highlight section of Instagram, where you can show what are your featured items. So here I have added a section. I have added a post. So you can basically add the post or to featured section. You can add a newsletter article. You can add an article or an external media or link. You can add it here. So what I have added here, I have added, here's how I have found DreamShift, and then a small carousel post of DreamShift story. Why DreamShift? What was the reason and everything? So person can come to my profile. So my personal opinion or my personal um, focus was to get more leads for my company, right? So a person comes here, or they see, okay, this person has started a company, so this is his experience. And also I have added a video explaining about entrepreneurship a bit, how to fundraise for a business. If you can add a video like this, that will explain much more about you, how you can speak, what are your expertise you have. So that will add that more credibility, especially for a consultation service like us. Most of the people will be getting impressed. And also this is a another video I have created 2 years back about CV writing, and also post like any kind of educational post I have created. So this depends on your portfolio. For an example, if you are a corporate executive, just add your accomplishments, photos with partners, which you have signed MOUs, contracts, and also awards you win. So add these parts here. And also you can add to here, I showed you, right? You can even link to one of your articles. So I'll just quickly show one of my articles and try to link it here. So this was an article which I done with a social impact project, which is done with UN. So I'll just try to add that thing here. Okay, now you see if I add it, so they will show the thumbnail of the article very nicely here. And then they will give a title. You can add a description. So it will take time to load this thing. So basically, you can get the thumbnail, or either you can upload another thumbnail from your lab here. So it's very vibrant, where you can mainly try to highlight who you are and your personal branding here on the featured section. All good. So we have talked about that part. Now let's go to the next part on the uh, recommended section, which is license and certifications, projects, courses, and recommendations. First of all, license and certifications, talking about that, that's where you can add your all the certificates. If you do online certificates or other certificates, you can add it here. Easily click it here. There's an additional option here called credential ID and credential URL. So here you can click, you can give a link to your URL of the certificate. For an example, if someone click on this link, they can see my certificate on LinkedIn. So you can see here. So people can see our certificates here by adding a URL there. You can upload to Google Drive and give the link. So that's something you can do. I'm not going to further explain because that's very straightforward. And then one of the most often overlooked and often neglected section called project section, which is extremely important. Most of the people haven't got the best advantage out of it. So this section allows you to add your key projects you have done. The best part about this is you can invite contributors who have worked on the same project. So for an example, if I have worked with a project with someone, so I'll just take one of my team members. And then if you add these, like if you add all of my team members here, let's add few. So you can see all of the people will appear next to my project, which will add that credibility. We know we are in a situation where in CVs, we just limit the space as much as possible. Go to one page, go to two page, do not add extra information. So we don't have time to even space to add recommendations as referees in our CV, referrals in our CV. So this will be an extremely useful section for you to utilize that. For an example, I have worked with this project, a social impact project. I have invited the contributors. So you can invite the contributors right here. That will add that credibility. And also recruiters can reach out to these people to know that whether you are someone who can work with to add that referral part. So please make sure to add the project section because that can help you a lot. Now let's go to the next sections, which are courses and recommendations. I'm not going to explain a lot on courses because that's very simple, straightforward. If you go here, you will be able to see. And then the skills, the recommendations part, extremely important. Try to get as much as recommendation to your profile, because no matter how you're going to boast or how you're going to market yourself or brand yourself in LinkedIn, if you don't have validation, sources, and credibility, your profile won't get that much needed engagement. So because of that, let's make sure to get more recommendation as possible. So here you can see I have more than 23 recommendations from diverse people, mainly my clients on CV writing and DreamShift. So what you can do is you can click the plus icon here or go to add profile section, click add recommendation, and then you can search for the person. So if you just search for a person like this, and then go to continue, you will be able to select a relationship. What I'm explaining and what I'm suggesting you is to find people who have diverse backgrounds. For an example, most of the time we try to get recommendation from our seniors, right? But then again, here LinkedIn will show you now they manage you directly, now they reported directly to you. That means he was under you, and then he was a senior, and then you work in the same groups, you work with this different groups, you work at different companies, you were a client of now, so freelance client agreements, you can put it there. You can add the taught you, mentored you, you can be a student, a teacher, a friend. So try to get diverse set of recommendations so that they know, a person comes with profile, know that you can work with everyone. You're good at people management. It's not that you're good at talking to and working with your senior. You're good at managing teams. You're good at working with other people from different companies, other teams, cross-functional leadership. So all these skills can be covered under the recommendation. So you have to directly do this and then select the position. So I was at DreamShift, and then you can write a small message and click the send button. That will send them a message so they can write a recommendation. Meantime, do not just write recommendation, always try to give recommendations as well. So you can see I have given 5 recommendations for my clients and people I know. So you can go to their profiles. For an example, if you need to give a recommendation, let's say for just Chanuja, I need to give a recommendation, I click more, and there's a section called give kudos or recommend. If you click the recommend part, you can write a recommendation for him. You see, it's easy as that. Always make it a win-win situation for both of you all. Try to give recommendations, try to get recommendations, so that will showcase again your credibility. And then other sections, basically on the additional sections, because we covered now core recommendation, recommended, we covered both. Additional, there's volunteer experience you can add. You can add publications. You can add your patents if you have honors and awards, all your awards, and test scores, languages, organizational courses. I'm not going to explain everything. I will just explain on few things I have added. So here you can see I have added my volunteering experience. I'm a Toastmaster for 3 years. So I have added my Toastmasters experience. You can add your leadership experience. I'm part of Indira Cancer Trust. I'm doing lots of volunteer experience. You can see I have so many volunteer different activities here and there because I'm very interested in volunteering. And also at the same time, there's this option they have recently introduced to reorder. For an example, most of the time when you add academic experience, so apart from the job experience, all the other sections, they will show only the top 2 or the top 2 experience here. So you can customize that using this button called reorder. So here you can see I can take my Pearl Protect experience on the top. I can take my active member on Exco overall to the top. I can get anything to the top like this very easily by sorting out. So always make sure to use the sort out options, because that again can help you a lot to showcase what exactly you need to highlight. And also, I talked to you about the skills section, right? When someone comes to your profile, they can endorse you for these skills. So let's say if I go to Chanuja's profile, there's a section called endorsing. So here I have already endorsed him. Let's go to carve in this profile, and then we can endorse him for a couple of skills. It's not available here. So I'll show you again. If you go to more skills, so here he has 100 plus skills. So we can start endorsing like this. Endorsements is like, again, adding credibility. So adding skills would be ideal. And also make sure, again, if you add skills, when you add a new skill, it will appear on top. So go to reorder button and get the top 2 skills on top so people can endorse you. Here I have so many endorsements under my resume writing experience. So here's this 15 endorsements. So that's why I'm keeping that on top. So that basically covers most of the sections, and then you can add your publications, websites you have done, honors and awards, languages. Please add your languages: English, Sinhala, Tamil, French, Spanish, whatever the language you can speak, and also courses, which is like social interests you have, like courses which you are genuinely care about. So you can pick a few. So these are sections we can do under the uh, add profile section and additional sections. Now let's go to the second section, which is I have already now covered about how to optimize a profile, how to add, use all the skills, all the available tools and features on LinkedIn. Now I have a small question for you. So you can put on the chat uh, one section which you never knew earlier. So it can be project section. You didn't know about the publications. You could put, you didn't know about features. So you can add a comment or a chat here. Just mention whatever the section you didn't know before I've explained. All good. Now the profile optimization and profile update is entirely covered. So we have covered all the aspect of it. Now I will explain you a different sections which can help you in search algorithms. So search algorithms again mainly focus on skills slash keywords under your headline, and then the top 5 skills. I've already mentioned that. And also there are 3 sections on LinkedIn. One is called hiring, then open to work, and the other one is called services, or providing services. These are 3 types of sections or 3 types of moods you can put your profile into. First one is called hiring, where you can mark you as a hiring manager or hiring person. So if you click the hiring part, you will be able to see. So if I can select the company, and then I can select these details, and then around my profile image, usually a hiring frame will appear. So I will show you what I'm meaning here. So let's go to here. Let's show for hiring managers. So people who are doing hiring, there's an option for them to select a small frame around your photo. So this will appear on your open to work and hiring. You can see here in the purple color, there are people who are hiring, right? So you can add that if you are opening this section to hiring, and then you can open your section to open to work. There you can, like if you are actively applying for jobs, I highly recommend you to go here, and you can add 5 top job titles which you are looking to apply for, locations, countries, and also you can choose immediately applying or flexibly applying, full time. And also if you select this all LinkedIn members, whether you are showcasing your profile is open to work for everyone, you can select this, which will appear again, give that frame of open to work on your profile. Or if you don't want to showcase, for an example, if you are currently stable at a company but still you are looking to apply for more companies, more opportunities, you can choose recruiters on the option, where you won't get that frame, and also only recruiters in other companies will see, not everyone. Okay, so that's something we can see. So while we take steps not to show recruiters at your current company, we can't guarantee complete privacy. They mention here itself. But mainly what they try to do is they do not showcase to people who have added as hiring under your company, and then try to hide it almost, but to showcase to other people that you are actively applying, so that they can reach you out. Okay. Yeah. At the meantime, let's go to the next section, which is called providing services, which I have already added here. So when you add the providing service section, something like this will appear here. So there was a question asking about an entrepreneur and a service provider. So this is mainly for people who are providing services. Can be consultancy services, can be more of a freelancing type of services. So you can add what are the services you provide here. So there are so many sections. So if you go accounting, if you're providing tax preparation or mortgage lending, accounting, you can select that part. And then what the best part is, you can create your service page under here. Then again, in LinkedIn, there are so many people who are looking to get more professional services. So here, that would be an ideal service page for you. You can give the pricing, you can add media, you can do a lot here. So if someone basically comes to your profile, they will be able to see your service page as well. So that's something which is really good. Again, you can try to use it. So if you go here, so you can see my service page right here. I haven't updated it in long while. I have mentioned we are doing CV writing, and then our media. You can see the images and also client requests. So there were so many clients who are looking for our services. So it's like there are active client base in LinkedIn. So always try, we have done a lot of projects through these clients. Reviews we have. So you can just try to add that page as well, just if you are looking to provide any services out here. Okay. Now we have covered the three sections of LinkedIn. Right. Now it's time for us to talk about skills part, specifically when you are applying for jobs. Mainly, people think that when you're applying for a job, some people know that there's a thing called ATS. If you don't know about ATS, go to DreamShift. So you can type dreamshift.net/blog. There are multiple articles about what is ATS. So I'll just quickly show you and explain you. So there was a lot of articles about ATS right here. Mainly, ATS is something which people use or recruiters use in order to rank the CVs they get. For an example, you have seen when you go to this LinkedIn job pages, there are jobs which has 100, sometimes like 200, 300 applicants already applied for the job, right? So let's just search for a HR job, okay? Um, let's just search in Sri Lanka. So you will be able to see some people, there are some job. I have already applied like 79 applicants, 60 applicants. So most of the time, recruiters don't go through all these CVs. They will rank these CVs with the softwares. So how LinkedIn follow ATS or applicant tracking systems? They have their own software. They work on the CV keywords as well. So CV also need to have keywords, but LinkedIn, you need to match the skills on the job description to your LinkedIn profile. So how we can do that? So here Tuan has asked our project managing cloud managed services looking to pivot to product management. So Tuan, you can add these skills basically since you are currently in project management and pivot to product management. So you need to make sure you are adding the correct skills on your LinkedIn profile. So for an example, if you are applying for this job role, workforce management, you can there is a section called skills. Once you click that, that will go down, like scroll down to the bottom, and then here there's a section that you can see what are the skills missing on your profile. They say 4 skills on your profile, but 6 skills are missing. So you need to make sure you are adding those skills. Otherwise, your CV, the job application won't get ranked on top on the recruiters algorithms. So you can go here and then select what are the things there you haven't. So you can easily click this and add it. Very simple as that. Manage the people and culture. Again, go to skills, which will scroll you down. 10 skills are missing on my profile. Just add them, tick, 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 tick. Add, you can easily add it like this. And then connect it to the companies you have done and save it. So there you go. Always make sure you are adding those skills and also reordering our skill set in our profile. Otherwise, those 2 skills I told you, they won't come on top, so people can't endorse you again. Again, once a new skill will be added, after you add the new skill, it will be added on the top of here so that you can always reorder to get the top skill. So that's mainly about, I've covered a lot about LinkedIn profile optimization, how the algorithms work, what you need to do in order to come on top of the algorithms. Now it's time for the content creation, one of my favorite aspects on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is still, we can say, not utilized 100% as we see. Most of the companies still are trying to get into LinkedIn space where you can utilize a LinkedIn profiles or LinkedIn marketing a lot. So what you can do is if I just scroll through my LinkedIn profile, you can see different content people have created. So there's this nice content creator who's creating content about education aspect. So 10 free courses help you build your online business. So here is a very interesting post, and there's 5 reposts, 53 comments. And if you go here, there's a person who has shared internship program, some accomplishment. Most of the time, you will see people sharing so many things about their achievements. I did this, I did that, I went to that event. It was my privilege to go there. It was my privilege to talk upon this. But at the same time, try to create content. It's not just all about your personal life. It's good to brand yourself and also try to create some valuable content for others as well. So, for an example, if you are thinking that you went to this event and you talked, rather than just putting that you have talked on this event, try to put what were the key things you discussed there, what were the key learnings you got by doing the conducting the session, so that people can learn, and then the number of reposts and number of shares will increase here. Okay. So LinkedIn algorithms, how it works is usually not like other platforms where, for example, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, when you post the content, that will be shown to other people who are not even on your contact list. But in LinkedIn, how will it happen is they will first of all show to your contact list people. And also if your people who are like first degree connections, I'll explain that as well. So if someone is following you directly, that will be considered as a first degree connection. So here, if you go to these profiles, so Kavinda is one of my first degree connection. So when you just go to people, so there's a section called people. So I'll just again go to human resources. I'm just picking this today because it's easier for us to everybody can relate to HR. So there are people who are second degree connection, first degree connection, and also here third degree connection. So first degree connections are my connections. It's like my friends on Facebook. Yeah. And then second degree connections are my mutual friends on Facebook, which are not your direct connections, but a connection of one of your connections. That means there's your connection, and the people who are connected to him but not to you are considered as second degree connections. Third degree connections are people who you don't have any connections with. So most of the time, these are people who are not in your network. So that's always try to make sure you are having like expanding your connection request. So for a week, most of the people don't know this fact. You can send 100 connection requests per 1 week. So that means if 50 people accept your connection request for 1 week, you can get 50 followers. So how impressive is that, right? So always try to send connection requests to people who you want to connect, who you are in your industry. When you are applying for a job, send connection requests to people who are in that industry. So that will be much more easier for you to connect. And also, let's say if you applied for a job and if you have if that person when they go to your LinkedIn profile by your CV, if they see you as a second degree connection. So for an example, if I go to the second degree connection, so let's say this person applied for my job, right? And then you say, oh, here it says Dinesh Tennakon is one of his connections. So that will add that credibility, right? So like if he was one of my connections, okay, then I will see, okay, this person knows one of my connections. So one of my employees in the company. So that add that additional credibility. Sometimes they might know these people. So always try to expand your network. So that's why I'm taking about the first degree, second degree, and third degree connection. So now back to our content creation aspect. So what will happen once you share a post or a content? First of all, it will go to the first degree connections, and then if they comment, like, or repost it, your second degree connections will see those posts. So that's how the LinkedIn algorithms goes. So you very rarely see third degree connections posting here because there are posts. So if you scroll down, there are posts called promoted, which will be from your third degree connections, and also recommended sections from your third degree. So you see here, so Alex Brogan, I follow Brohan. So he has commented on this. So I know now like this person. So it's a second degree connection. So that's how usually it works. So and also when you are going on to these different posts, you will be able to see different kind of contents. Here there are posts and then a write-up. And here there's a video has created. And there was a carousel. So these are called carousel templates. Carousels are posts which you can swipe upon. So what they do is this is actually a PDF. They have created a PDF or a presentation and uploaded here so that people can scroll through that. So that's how it usually works. So I'll now explain you what are the content types on LinkedIn. So if you go here, either if you go here and then you click the plus icon, you will be able to see all the type of content you can create. First of all, you can add media. It can be an image, it can be a video, either it can be a GIF. And then you can create an event. You can celebrate an occasion. You can start say that you are hiring, open a job, and then you can add a poll, which is like you have seen like there are so many polls coming on top. That's a very good way to increase your engagement. For an example, go back and share today mentioning that I have basically just mentioned a poll that how many pages in your like I have write one poll, how many pages in your CV. So there are so many, 1 page, 2 page, 3 page. So there are so many people who are clicking this. So that will increase your engagement, right? Very simple techniques which you can follow. And then you can add a document. So this is what I mentioned. You can add a PDF. So once you add a PDF, so let's say if I go to yeah, this is a pitch deck. So if I add this pitch deck, now see the cursor will be very nice. So this is a presentation pitch deck. When we add that, people can swipe upon it. So since the 32 MB, it's like take time to explain. And at the meantime, there's a question on the chat asking how to get top voice badge. I will come on to that. I once had top voice badge. I have a separate article about that. I will share that on the group as well. So let me try to find it very quickly. So I have written a detailed step-by-step article. Yeah, here. So I got Top Boys resume badge within 5 days. So I have written an article on how to get it. So I will share this link on with you all so you can read. Basically, it's a separate process which I'm not going to explain in detail. If we have time, I will make sure to explain. So I'll just quickly send this link onto the group and the chat over here. So if anybody who's interested, who has asked that question, can check it. Okay. So and now you can see I have uploaded the pitch deck right here. So now people can see, right, what it is about very, very nicely. People can see and scroll through that. So that's a very good way to increase your engagement. The carousel post has very high number of engagement because usually people click on these type of things. So when people click it, that will increase the engagement. They will try to show to more people when they click it and engage with the program. And also now, if you go to your LinkedIn app on the mobile, there's a separate section to watch shorts or the video. So now even LinkedIn is introducing that the culture TikTok brought the TikTok video culture, and then it went to YouTube. It became YouTube Shorts. It went to Facebook and Instagram. It became Facebook and Instagram Reels, which recently Sri Lanka got Facebook Reels. So LinkedIn also has introduced that. If you are someone who's willing to create content on talking about very professional content, or not even doesn't have to be very professional, it's about have to be basically educational content. Post on LinkedIn because that can add a lot of engagement to your profile, so similar to the content I have created. So like these content, I will show you videos I have created. So back in the day, there wasn't a real feature. So these are basically short videos. Now if someone clicks this thing and go to reel section on your app, it will go to the short section where you can scroll. So here you can see the number of impressions are really high. So there are comments, there are few, just one repost, but like basically engagement is really high when you post videos. So that's something you can post. And then you can write articles. Here there's an option to write articles on LinkedIn. You can add an image, you can add a design. So these are called usually there's two type of articles. There's individual articles and then there's the newsletter, which I badly want to talk to you. So newsletter is something which you create, email newsletters, right? It's just like our normal newspaper, where there's the newspaper and there are articles. So similar to that, first of all, if you need to create a newsletter, you just need to go to the write an article option like earlier, and then click here, create a newsletter. And then you can give a title. I highly recommend each and everyone to create a newsletter and post whatever the thing you need. For an example, if you are in product management, just I shared the link with you. I hope you got it. If you are into product management, just create a content on or newsletter on your product management experience. You can just give um, you can just give something like I'm a product manager or product management mastery, something like this. And then you can select how often you are going to post. This is like it's totally optional. And then you can add a small description. You just have to upload an image like an icon. Let's give an icon, small icon. Yeah, let's use this one. We upload an icon and then you just done. That's how you just create your newsletter. So basically, it's simple as that. Once you upload create the newsletter, you can write articles on the newsletter. I will show you a few articles on DreamShift newsletter. So we create lots of content on DreamShift newsletter. So if you go here, so you can see our newsletter. So I will, for an example, show you. So this is DreamShift Career Secrets, our newsletter, where we post content on career tips, basically. The best part about creating a newsletter is the number of subscribers you can get to your profile, and the engagement will increase the subscribers. For an example, if you're someone who has 500 followers on LinkedIn, you will at least get 100 subscribers within a day or two, because LinkedIn will, as soon as you post your first LinkedIn article, they will showcase and promote it everywhere. They will send emails to your people who are following you under the Gmail, under the update section that will appear. And then they will send LinkedIn notifications, mobile notifications, and notifications right here. So there will be a lot of different ways they promote you. So it's a real ideal way for you to get more followers and subscribers into DreamShift. So you can see DreamShift has 765 followers, and our newsletter has 413 subscribers. My personal newsletter has 2000 something subscribers, subscribers, and my personal profile has 6,900 followers. So it's like basically at least you will get 30-40% of subscribers to your newsletter. And as soon as you publish your next article, they can they will get notified that you have published. So that it's again a very good way to use that tool. So here you can see once I click it, so you can see the article. It's a matter of just reading it, and then they can go to the next article. So likewise, it's very simple way. I highly recommend you to create it. It's not as much as difficult you see. That's mainly about the LinkedIn content creation aspect. I just wanted to cover. I covered about the posts, the videos, the carousels, and then the LinkedIn articles and the newsletter articles, which are ideal ways for you to create content. Now, if you all have any questions, let's go to the Q&A approach, where there were already few questions coming from our audience. So let's quickly go to the Q&A. You all can drop all the questions you have right now on your chat. I will give 1 minute for you all to drop the comments on the chat. Okay. Until we get few questions, what I'll do is I'll go through pre-made questions we have, which you all have asked on when you are registering to session. Okay, first one, there was a person has asked, I'm an entrepreneur. Shall I focus on creating a sales profile when it comes to attracting clients? Is of course, I highly recommend you to create a section I told you earlier. So there's a section called services. So I showed you earlier, right? When you go here, I have already activated that section, providing services. So you can create a very nice service page like this one. So I don't have a very nice service page, to be honest. I'm not going to lie, but you can just optimize this more. So if you go here, so this is my service page where people will see. So that's something. So if you click view as client, so this is how people will see the your service page. So always try to optimize it, add more details as possible, get recommendations, get reviews. That's an ideal way for you to go through. I highly recommend you to add. Second question is how to keep LinkedIn account for a dual profession. So dual professions, if I'm not wrong, I think you are asking you have two jobs or you are focusing on two kind of different aspects. For an example, you can be a full-time HR person, full-time digital marketer, or full-time accountant, but you are interested in content writing. You are interested in story writing. So just it's a matter of just balancing out two contents. I mean, in my opinion, basically add both of the experience to your section, and then you can, like for an example, if you are like it can be you can be a person who's an accountant, but you are interested in creating content on graphic design or content writing, newsletter writing. So you can just create a separate newsletter for that, post on that newsletter. Or else if you really want to create on all the two aspects, create two newsletters and post content on those two. So people who wanted to follow you on accounting will follow that accounting newsletter. There's the other people who want to follow you on content creation slash graphic design. They will follow on the second newsletter. So that's simple as that. So it's a matter of how you are going to brand, but make sure to include both of them here. So I'm facing that kind of a problem right now. I'm the founder of DreamShift, and also I'm a founder of a social impact project called eCane, which is a non-profit organization created through the help of UN, United Nations Sri Lanka. So I'm just trying to, I have also dual kind of a thing, but I'm trying to manage it. I'm planning to create more content on that aspect here as well. So that's something you can try to do. The next question we've got was about I regularly update my LinkedIn profile with my accomplishments, and I've heard that sharing relevant content and knowledge can boost visibility. But I'm concerned it might overshadow my existing posts. How can I increase my visibility with top employers while maintaining a balance between content sharing and showcasing my achievements? Very interesting question. So it can be lengthy. I'll just brief you down. So this person is asking, I badly want to share my accomplishment, the awards I win, the convocations, the degrees, and the events I'm going. And also, I want to share content to make sure my visibility for my professional experience. So for the recruiters will improve. So so basically, what he's asking is how to find a balance between content sharing and showcasing my achievements. The content I'm expecting, he's talking about his educational content aspect. Again, the other aspect is achievements. Very interesting question. Most of the people just try to put all the accomplishments. I want this, I want that. But what's it for the other people? But it's good that you are posting that. That means that other people will know that, okay, this person is doing this, that's really nice. But at the same time, if you can create content on the other aspect, so in the balance aspect, I mean, in my personal opinion, if you can create more content on educational aspect, like content creation can be 60-70% and the achievements can be 30-40%, that will give you more followers, that will give you more shares to your post, that will give you more likes, engagement to your post. And at the meantime, you can market yourself with the accomplishment. So I always recommend you to go for either 50-50 or bit more to your highlighting your content creation aspect. So that would be ideal. There was another question on the chat. Now the questions are keep coming. How to get top voice badge? I just quickly explained that as well, since I've already shared an article about that. It's a bit long. That's why I'm just uh, thinking. So let me quickly go to my post here. So here, Top Voice badge is basically LinkedIn has introduced this thing called LinkedIn Top Voice, where it will appear on top of your profile like this, top resume writing voice, whatever the field you want to. So how that works is basically LinkedIn has introduced this thing called collaborative articles. Collaborative articles are basically articles which are created by generative AI like ChatGPT, and they are posted by LinkedIn itself. Once they post that, they invite the people who are considered as experts. Here you can see when you go to notification, most of the time this will appear if your profile is correctly optimized and added the skills. You are one of a few experts invited to answer. You are struggling to. So this is about resume writing. So I have been considered as an expert in resume writing industry. And there are so many different areas in LinkedIn which for collaborative articles. So in resume writing and HR manager resume writing comes. So here you can see you are struggling to fit on your skills. So basically they have so many, they have post articles like this, and they invite experts in LinkedIn who are in this industry to comment on them. So if you comment and if you get this number of high likes, so this person has 169 likes through that. So if you can get that, if you, so basically then they will categorize and put you into a percentage of among, like basically they take everyone who's that in the industry as a percentage, and then consider your percentage. And if you are among top 3%, if I'm not wrong, you will be getting that badge. So that's simple as that. It's more about how you need to first of all get invited, and once you get invited, you can go here. This is the collaborative article. Learn about more collaborative articles. So here you can see there are so many different fields. I think there's 300, 400 plus fields. You can see here from A, letter A, there are so many fields: airline management, agile development, agribusiness, and B, C, likewise, all the alphabet. And you can pick your field. So I was invited in resume writing. So I go to R and then pick my field and add a comment. And then if you can get high number of likes and shares, sorry, high number of what do you call the just likes and shares, your profile will get the top voice badge. That's simple as that. I shared an article about that, so that's basically covering it. And then another person has asked how to, yeah, another person has asked how to find job hunter. So it's very easy. Once again, Dinush, you just go to here. So if you are like, let's say if you are into software engineering, so you click the software engineering part, and then either you can type hiring, or if I'm not wrong, let me quickly check it. So you need to find, just of all, go to the filter feature called people. Once you filter it to the people, if I'm not wrong, there's a section called hiring here. Um, Current company, connections, school, industry. Yeah. Okay, there's no hiring feature here. Yeah, what you can do is you can basically either just scroll through these ones, and if you see that purple color icon, that means they are hiring. So either you can go here and put this as a keyword, or there's this section called Boolean search. If I'm not wrong, it's among inverted commas and then capital and then inverted commas, which will show people who are hiring plus the software engineering in the headline. Yeah, yeah. So here you can see software engineering and hiring. I put the both of the keywords under this one, and then you can see people who are software engineering and hiring. So engineering hiring, aspiring software engineer. So they have hiring part. So here there's the hiring. So this is basically they search on the headline whether they have hiring plus this thing. So that's one way you can show. Otherwise, you can just find out these kind of profiles where they have the hiring tag. I thought it was earlier there was a feature called hiring here, but looks like they have removed it. I'm pretty sure there was a section. Yeah, I think they have removed the part, but that's something you can do easily. I hope that answers your question. So if you can just give these two, or either you can just like like this. You see, then there will be people who are hiring in that area comes, or either you can go to here, go to jobs, and then now there's an option for them to show the hiring person. So if you go to this job role, you can see the hiring person is here. So likewise, you can search the job and find the person. So I've explained you three ways. I hope that will answer your question. And then Chandika's, and could you explain about LinkedIn Premium account? It is worth it to get the paid account? So my recommendation is there are so many LinkedIn Premium trials which you can get. So there are so many different features, right? Even in LinkedIn Premium, there are different kind of account types. So I once again use to find leads for my company. But you can go for like a simple one. So they ask like there are different kind of premium. I don't remember all the types of premium accounts, but basically you can try for 3 months, just 1 month, just try it, and then select the proper one for first. So if you go to start my free trial, they will showcase like what are the options you have. So there's the career mode, business mode, sales navigator code, and recruiter line. I think career would be ideal for if you are just willing to learn, you will get the LinkedIn learning aspect, and then try to have it as a free trial and then see for your itself. So I currently do not use the LinkedIn Premium. Even what I want to emphasize is even without LinkedIn Premium, you can do a lot. That doesn't mean LinkedIn Premium is not it's bad. It's really good. But even from the free version itself, you can do a lot on LinkedIn creation aspect. That's my answer to your question. I think that sums up. We have answered many questions today, and overall 1.5 hours, one hour and 15 minutes for the session today. I really enjoyed. Basically, first time coming for here on this what you call YouTube, doing a session, which is very interesting, where I can see people who are engaging. A cool tool. Retention was also good for the today's session, so I highly encourage you to join the WhatsApp group, and also we will share you a feedback form. We will be sharing it through the email and also to your group. So highly invite you and encourage you to answer that, so we can improve on the next time. And also you can mention what are the content you would like to hear us from next on that form itself, so that we can organize much more better events. We can invite more people who are really good on this aspect. So this is my invitation for you all. You can scan the QR code. I'll just drop the group link once again to here, so you all can join. If you have any other questions, always feel free to reach us out. Please make sure to, and also please make sure to subscribe. The first time I'm telling it because it's very new. Please make sure to subscribe and like the post, and also please be kind enough to share the video if you found it very interesting. Thank you so much, Dinush, saying it's highly appreciated. You can share it with your friends, and if you see the value out of this content, these are very up to date content we are giving out, and please make sure to share them among your friends, and also add comments. That would mean the world to us. And also just um, scan this QR code, join the WhatsApp group. And also we are providing professional services, as I mentioned earlier. We are providing lots of services related to CV writing, cover letter. I've shown you, right? So you can, if you need any of those services from our end, so you can see our mid-senior packages, individual services, we have executive packages, and also this is a simple overview of the individual services which we are providing. If we need any professional service, a premium service with consultation, our main USP is consultation. We consult you, we understand what you exactly need and provide the service for you. If you need any professional service or if your friends need any professional service, please reach us out to DreamShift because we are always there to shift your dreams into careers. Thank you so much.